It's school, it's supposed to talk about God, but my kids, yesterday, one of my students said, "How are you so calm?" Because they ask, and I tell them. Right. And I said, it's my faith. I have God. What else do I need? He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Physician of Physicians. If he's going to heal me, it's going to be him. So I grew up Catholic, and we went to, I think we were the CEO family, church, or what is it, Christmas and Easter only, and occasionally throughout the year we would go. And I didn't know Christ, I didn't know God. I knew of them, but I didn't know what Jesus had done for me. I was living the hellbound lifestyle. That race, I was winning it. And one day I woke up and I decided to join the Marine Corps. Didn't go in and say, "Hey, tell me what I can get." I said, "Where do I sign?" And I believe that was the beginning of my transformation. That was a 90-degree turn that God said, "We're gonna turn your life around, 90 degrees." I joined in January of 2004, went to boot camp for 3 months, and then in September 2004, I was in Iraq, Fallujah. So I had to learn fast that it wasn't all about me. About a year into the Marine Corps, God sent me my wife. And I remember her stipulation was, you have to be a Christian, you have to be a believer. And I did what any guy would do. I said, okay, sure. What do I need to do? And we started going to church together, and then we were married shortly after that. But it didn't hit me till about 2007, December. I gave my life to the Lord. I've been going to church for roughly 2 years then. And my aunt asked me, "Have you given your life to the Lord yet?" And I said, "No, I have not actually. I believe in God and I know more about Jesus." And she's like, "Well, do you want to give your life to the Lord?" And it just came over me right there in the middle of my aunt's kitchen. I gave my life to the Lord. But it wasn't overnight. My transformation was not overnight. I think the beginning of my life full on changing and me being a Christ follower and living for Christ was when I was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2010. And I had a golf ball sized tumor wrapped around my brainstem. It was a Tuesday. Wednesday morning, they took me down to Balboa Hospital. They said, "Hey, we're gonna have surgery tomorrow morning, Thursday." I met with my neurologist. First time I spoke to him, he said, "Hey, I don't want you to worry because you have a family." He's like, "But I'm an instrument of God." And I still get the chills thinking about him saying that to me. I looked at my wife, she looked at me, and instantly all of my fears, worries, concerns were gone. Just like that. And he was right. He did a 13-hour surgery that was supposed to be 3 hours, came out, nothing was wrong with me. Little raspy voice, but that's about it. Finished my tour up in the Marine Corps, got medically retired. Less than a year out, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. My wife and I looked at each other again, and she was like, "Why? Why us? Like, what do you think?" We were having that conversation, and I said, "I don't know. It's part of the plan." So that was November 2013, had surgery, did radiation, it spread. So about a year later, I had another surgery, more radiation. And here I am now. It's back. It's back. Our church family stepped up to the plate immediately. I remember Elizabeth raised her hand and said, "Hey, we have a request. Does anybody know where Mario can stay for a week? Because he's going to be radioactive, and the doctor said he can't be with the family." And immediately the Rowan family raised their hand and said, "We have a guest house. We'll get it ready." Without even thinking about it, their hands were up and we got this. And it wasn't just them in our Connect group, it was everybody. They were bringing me food. I had to be on a certain diet. They all took care of me. It felt like family. And I think going through these trials has brought me closer to God. And look, he healed me once. Yeah, granted it's back. He healed me again. I've been told I've been in remission twice now, and it won't go away, but my faith's not gonna go away either. I'm gonna keep it. My life is not wasted just living my own personal life. I pray, like I said earlier, that what I'm going through is somebody could see that. And I'm not smart enough to know God's plan, but I know that what he's doing is for his glory, and I'm just a vessel. I'm just being used, and I thank God for that.